show you guys how to build one of our 3-foot by 3-foot project garden boxes. It's a great spring project, great way to get growing, and it's super easy to do yourself or super easy to do with the whole family. So let's get into it. Your garden is going to show up in a box just like this here. It weighs about 40 pounds or so. All you're going to need to do this is a level. Right, you're gonna have to find a nice level area to install your garden. A hammer is gonna help you assemble the corners. The stapler is gonna be used to staple in the top of the liner that goes on the inside of your garden. A trusty utility knife. And voila, is you're gonna have 8 of these cedar side panels. And you have 2 special ones. You got one with the LifeSpace brand, and then you've got one with the pre-drilled overflow hole. You wanna make sure that this is either going to be on the lowest part of the garden or accessible to where you want the garden to drain. Next up is our food safe ultraliner. This is what's going to fold inside the assembled box. Now the magic. We've got 9 of our GardenWells. Then we've got our WaterStem. Comes with a fill-up tube and then your float stick. This goes into your garden, allows you to water directly into the water reservoir. And then the little hummingbird here floats up and down, indicating how much water is in your garden and when you need to fill it up. The last 2 pieces are the overflow assembly. This goes into that pre-drilled overflow hole I was just showing you earlier. And then you have the corner pins. And this is what allows us to assemble the cedar box. We're gonna put this box to use because we don't like wasting anything. And I got a little creative tip for that as well too, coming right up. So the first 2 steps to identifying the location for your garden is 1, you want it to be nice and sunny. 6 to 8 hours is ideal. Step 2, you wanna find a place that is nice and level. Bubbles in between the lines, we're good to grow. The way we've done this, it's super simple. We got these brackets that we've mounted onto the ends of the boards for you. They just slide in together, and then we're gonna drop a pin right down. Just tapping those pins in place. Couple last little taps. Gonna build the second level. Gonna start with the nice brand on the front, and same process. Then you take the box, you stack it on top of the first one. After we get the self-watering system in here, it's just going to be the best growing experience you're ever going to have. I told you I had a little surprise for you for the shipping box, and I'm going to use it to line the bottom of the garden. And that just gives a little bit of protection to that liner. This is one of the beauties of the GardenWells system, is it comes with the pre-folded ultra scrim liner. It just folds down nicely and fits snugly at the bottom of your garden. Then you're going to want to fold up each side individually, and you really want to press it down as far as you can into that corner. The liner itself should come right to the top of the box, and when you unfold it, it should be sort of evenly spaced. There. As you're folding up these 2 sides with the flaps, you really want to make sure you're folding it up. You see that? You're folding it up. You want these corners to be at the top of the garden, not down below. So this is really important. You want to think about how the water flows and that you're trying to create a watertight container with this liner. Okay guys, there you go. The liner is installed. The next step, and probably the most important step of the whole installation, installing the overflow assembly. And to do that, we're gonna have to cut a hole in the liner. What you've got to do here is really smooth the liner down, imagining that this is full of water, full of soil, and everything is really tight down to the bottom. So I found the hole, you can feel the indentation, and you want to just carefully take your knife and cut a small X. We have the overflow assembly, and now you just kind of want to force it through that hole, and you can see how tight that is right there. It's nice and tight. As we have the lock nut here, and just feel everything cinch together until you feel that rubber washer on the inside just fully squish together and compress, creating a watertight seal. Here we have our patented GardenWells, and this really is the secret ingredient to your self-watering garden. The one key here is identifying the garden well that has the hole cut out of it, because this is where your water stem is gonna fit into your garden, and it's how you're gonna water your garden directly to the reservoir. You have the male end that clips into the female end here, and it's really simple. You just line them up and press them in. If you do have a troublesome one, I suggest flipping it over, and you can either push up or get it on a hard surface. If it's really stubborn, you can use your hammer to knock it down. Ready for install. Now that you've got all your GardenWells clicked together, I like to just fold the clips up here a little bit. They act as a little bit of a compression that keeps everything in place. This is also the last side that gets pushed down. Angle this into the garden. Push the clip side down. Now the final step is installing the WaterStem. The WaterStem, you got the fill-up tube, the float stick, and those go together and fit nicely into the pre-cut hole. Your Project Garden box is fully assembled. It's ready for soil, ready for planting, and it is ready for you to get growing.